Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. Rockatham to the elders, Wa'akim Wa'akwa, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of prophecy updates as of September the 22nd, 2024 on this Sunday noon. And it reads, the IDF chief Havali threatens more Hezbollah assassinations, but not explicit invasion. Right, as we've been seeing, the rising tensions between Hezbollah and versus the IDF. And this is a news article from Jerusalem Post as of September the 22nd. And it reads, IDF retaliates after Hezbollah deep attacks, yet over 150 rockets, 6 wounded. Spread out, and you have a tight formation. There's nothing to confuse or make the defense think you're running outside. You miss a block coming across, by Drew Ogletree.
Caesars Sportsbook, they earn with Caesars.
So that was 10-second clips between the borders of Lebanon and Israel, as you see those nightly airstrikes. Because the time zones are kind of different in comparison to the United States. It says across 4 separate barrages through the early hours of Sunday morning, the IDF detected over 150 rockets and drones. Hezbollah fired its deepest barrage into Israel since the beginning of the current war, with 4 rounds of 150 rockets, cruise missiles, and drones fired into Jezreel Valley in the early hours on Sunday morning, the IDF confirmed. Alerts were sound around Haifa and Ramat David of Air Base of Nazareth, Aflulia, the lower Galilee, in the Jezreel Valley. Following the barrage of the IDF stated that they were conducting strikes against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. As a result of the fire in northern Israel, 6 people were wounded, and they were evacuated in the Imk Medical Center and the Aflua Medical Center announced. The Megan David Adama MDA team were called to treat 4 individuals with sharpening injuries, including a 76-year-old man in moderate condition, as well as a 70-year-old man and a 60-year-old man and a 16-year-old girl with moderate conditions. 2 houses were hit in Kerelek Balik following a wave of rocket attacks from Lebanon, according to the Israeli media. Initial reports stating that 1 person has been killed and most of the casualties were from a car incident resulting from panic from the rocket fire. It says an Army radio in Israeli state broadcaster Khan, the KAN, reported that Hezbollah specifically targeted the Ramat David base near Haifa. The first time in the war, Hezbollah confirmed its stating that it has targeted the Ramat David base and air base in response to the Israeli force. The IAF strikes in Beirut was killing of some of its top commanders. The impact of the Lebanese group counterattack so far, while the months further potentially deadlier, that its general attacks limit to the Upper Galilee and Golan has been significantly less than expected by the IDF and the general public, given its pre-war arsenal of 150,000 rockets. It attempts to penetrate graver damage. It says it attempts to penetrate grave damage and larger casualties deep into Israel coming follow a whirlwind week in which the IDF destroyed over 400 rocket launchers and many thousands killed in Hezbollah special forces of Ranwan. Rodman, if I pronounce that right, chief. At around 16 of its deputies have been accused of wounding around 3,000 to 400 Hezbollah operatives using explosive devices sabotage. The IDF said it will continue massive strikes on Hezbollah capabilities and mostly focus on southern Lebanon in response. This is the book of Second Esdras. It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword of destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in hands. Right, great seditions, especially Hezbollah versus the IDF. That was seditions. Hey, what's up, bro? How your dad, bro? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Who's gonna pick you up? Didn't call either. I say he didn't call either. Yeah. Glad I took him. I should have taken a big one. Right. That boat, see? No, he in the living room. What's up, boy, Steve? Second Esdras 15, verse 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Okay. Yeah, all day today. Yeah. Oh, you did? Second Esdras 15, verse 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people should stand up and fight against another with swords in hands. We know the motto that swords is weapon. Second Esdras 15, verse 16. For there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings and their princes and the course of action stand in power. Well, that's what we're seeing, citizens rising up against their leaders in power. The course of action stand in power. That's what we're seeing in the great seditions and uprisings and upwards of people of the world. This is Second Esdras chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes, upwards of people of the world. Right, so increase in earthquakes and increase in upwards of people of the world. No. Probably so. I let it down because it was raining. Yeah, it's yeah. Yes, it's there. Sure is. They changed Bob still on Tuesday night. Oh, okay. Yes, we got it now. Bro. It's not here. Oh, it's in a different location. Oh, it's in a different location. Yeah, another state. You know, right. Some people get on the bus and drive, you know. Perhaps trying to get a school bus. Right. Everybody drive ride, and he said, you got to have a driver license. You do. That's a job for you to be in the ship. Right. Yeah, true. Yeah, fine somebody to drive. I mean, you know what you do. Yeah. Oh, Tuesday. Yeah. I talked to Junior earlier. Oh, okay. I made a damn 9:30. Just in time, huh? For the bus here. I didn't stand too long. The bus is coming. You don't have any time. Right. Oh, as soon as you walked up, the bus was coming. Oh, surprise. Stop by Pete. Yeah. Yeah, football game. Oh, check me out. Oh, no, man. She called me about there when I only bothered her. Right. You got kids, I'm leaving it. Leave alone. Thanks, yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. This is Salaka for the momentary pause. Talk to my OG. She just came in. This is Luke 21, verse 25, and it reads, it says, there shall be signs in the sun, in the moon, in the stars. Upon the earth, disgrace of nations will perplexing seas ready one. Right, so we've been seeing the signs of the sun and the moon as well, too. That's from the Heavenly Father Yahweh showing us the signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. Upon the earth, disgrace of nations will perplexing. Right, disgrace of nations will perplexing seas ready one. The increasing uprises, uproars of people of the world, the seditions, and the disgrace of nations as well, too. And, we're going to continue to see that increasing. Visit Bud.com for a chance to win. It says, 12, Iran arrests 12 people of collaborating with Israel, the SNN reports. Hezbollah deputy leader says confrontation with Israel is now open, ending battle of reckoning. So I'm gonna read this news article. The Hezbollah deputy leader says confrontation with Israel is now open, ending battle of reckoning. This is published September 22nd, 2024. September 22nd, 2024. It says Hezbollah deputy Secretary General Naim Qassami said that the group has entered a new phase of its battle with Israel, which he described as an open-end battle of reckoning. In the comments made on Sunday during a funeral for a top commander killed in an Israeli strike on Beirut's southern suburbs on Friday. This is getting to that Luke 21 verse 9. This is out of the book of Luke 21 verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, right, those are wars and commotions between Hezbollah versus the IDF, a cross-border conflict of Lebanon and Israel has been heating up on both sides. But when ye see hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but this end is not end by. Luke 21 verse 10. Then say he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Right, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That's what we're seeing. Luke 21 verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs should that be from heaven. Right, so increasing earthquakes in diverse places, increasing famines, increasing pestilence, increasing fruitful sights and great signs should that be from heaven. That's from the Heavenly Father Yahweh, the visitation, as Isaiah 29 verse 6. 2nd Hannah, verse 2 to verse 3. Psalms 18 and verse 7. It says drone siren sound throughout northern Israel and Kriyat Shamona area. The IAF strikes Hezbollah groups operating in Kfar, Qassam school in Gaza. The U.S. Secretary of Defense Austin Gallen discussed the situation in the north. Israel Air Force strikes southern Lebanon, attacks over 60 targets. The death toll from the Israeli strike in Beirut rise to 45. It says 51 dead in an Iran coal mine blast. It says alert sirens through northern Israel, red alert in the Be'er Ara. Okay, let's get to RT.com, some more prophecy updates. It says a motorcade carrying Russian ambassador hit by explosion. It says an escort vehicle carrying Albert Karafi's delegate has struck a landmine in Pakistan, resulting in injury to police. And this is a news article from September 22nd, 2024. And it reads, talks of nuclear red button inappropriate. Lazaroff mentioned. Russia doesn't want an atomic war and never has, the foreign minister emphasized. Russia has no wish to nuclear war and consider it inappropriate that its warnings of escalation in Ukraine conflicts are being portrayed as an extent as to using atomic weapons. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said fears of escalations between Russia and NATO has been intensifying in recent weeks as Western states have stepped up discussions about allowing Ukraine to conduct missile strikes deep in Russian territory. Russian President Vladimir Putin has early this month warned that such a permission will be taken as the West directly involved in the conflicts and will be met with the appropriate response. His words was taken by some means Moscow has ready to deploy nuclear weapons. That's another signs of wars and rumors of wars. Even if they deny the fact, but it's still going to be increasing signs of wars and rumors of wars. And definitely we've been seeing the rising tensions between Russia and NATO. And this was earlier today. Says September 21st, 2024, Hezbollah fires fresh barrage of rockets at Israel. The Lebanese-based armed group has targeted a military site near Haifa. Interceptors have been activated in North Israel as Lebanese-based armed groups Hezbollah launched a barrage of rockets across the border. Israel Defense Force (IDF) said early hours of Sunday air raid sirens were activated at 1:10 a.m. in Haifa and Nazareth, Afula, in the Lower Galilee, according to the Jerusalem Post. The IDF Hezbollah launched 24 rockets in 3 waves, and all of them were intercepted. One of the rockets fell in the Nazareth area. A 60-year-old man was lightly wounded by a shot in the Lower Galilee, according to the MDA. Israeli Emergencies Medical Disaster Service Organization. Another rocket or fragment reportedly fell in the lower Galilee at Kiryat area near Haifa. Medics are responding to the reports of rocket impacts in lower Galilee in the Kiryat area following the latest barrage from Lebanon. Lebanese TV channel Al Madadin cited a Hezbollah spokesperson as saying the group followed dozens of Fatty 1 and Fatty 2 type rockets as Israel. Oh, what up, man? Soaked. Come on, Slim, show them what to do. Yeah, you go. They on two. They better beat their Yeah, they on two. Soaked. Nice here. So the drive continues for the Bears. First down and 10. In the red zone. Here's DJ Moore. Blockers ahead. It says the Israeli radio later confirmed that Hezbollah targets Ramat David and said the IDF were responding with the strikes in southern Lebanon. The barrage marks the latest rounds of escalations between Israel and Hezbollah, which have carried out a cross-border attacks in solidarity with Hamas and Gaza. The IDF said it struck 180 Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon throughout Saturday, destroying thousands of launchers, barrels ready for immediate use against Israel civilians. The Israeli jet struck a suburb of Beirut on Friday, killing several high-ranking Hezbollah commanders. According to the Lebanese authorities, 37 were killed. We will continue to operate against Hezbollah. We will achieve our mission, ensuring the safe return of Israel's northern communities to their homes, the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said on Friday. The blasts were condemned by the UN officials as well as by the Russia and China as indiscriminately. This is the book of Matthew. It's the book of Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but things not yet. Right, so increasing of wars and rumors of wars between the different nations and different kingdoms, and that's what we're seeing. Especially with the intensifying escalations are heating up now even more than ever between Iran versus Israel and the pro-Iranian groups and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps going against the Israel Defense Force as well too. So escalation's definitely been heating up, and that's an increasing sign of wars and rumors of wars. Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. Right, that's what we're seeing, nation against nation. Hezbollah versus the IDF. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. See some more news articles. Exit that out. It says thousands protest of new government in France. It says Zelensky accused U.S. media of lying. It says the Lebanese prime minister canceled the UN trip amending escalations with Israel. This is another sign of wars and rumors of wars. As I brought out that Matthew 24 verse 6. This is a news article from September the 22nd, 2024, and it reads from the RT.com World News. It says Israel-Hezbollah escalations may lead to war. The U.S. officials in the political reports. It will be difficult for both sides to abandon their fighting now, sources told the outlet. Right, that's that First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, for when they shall say peace and safety, such discretion come upon them. It says U.S. officials expecting the fighting between Hezbollah and Lebanese army groups, Hezbollah to intensify in significantly in the coming days, potentially leading to the full-blown war. The Politico reported on Friday, citing sources close to the Biden administration of President Joe Biden. This comes after thousands of Hezbollah pages and walkie-talkies detonated across Lebanon this week, and the attack Whiting believes to have orchestrated by Israel. West Jerusalem has reportedly told Washington that it plans to use military action to put further pressure on Hezbollah to agree a diplomatic solution, which is highly unlikely going to happen, like the article just mentioned. It says this would allow Israelis to return to their homes in the north. Around 60,000 people were evacuated from the north Israel due to the almost deadly attacks by Hezbollah in neighboring Lebanon. The U.S. officials who spoke to Politico expect situations to get worse in the coming days. Attack could reportedly continue in Lebanon, and the U.S. in anticipating retaliation from Hezbollah against Israel. It says the military action could include assassinations of Hezbollah commanders, strikes against Hezbollah military targets, and further attacks on the groups of communications infrastructure. One official told the Politico on Friday, Israel bombed a residential building in Beirut, killing two top Hezbollah commanders. The current escalation between Hezbollah and Israel is the largest since the 2006 Lebanon War. The two sides has routinely exchanged cross-border artillery and have rocket fire since the war with Hamas and the Gaza began in October last year. But the hostilities have so far stopped short of full-scale and direct engagement. Matthew 24 verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And this is the prophet Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right, that's what we're seeing over there in the Middle East, which is Western Asia. The nuclear escalations are heating up between the Hezbollah versus the IDF and the pro-Iranian groups throughout the whole region against the IDF. So that's only going to intensify. Joel chapter 3 verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords and plenty hooks of the spears and let the weak say I'm strong. Right, of these armies of nations, especially the pro-Iranian groups that's in solidarity with the Palestinians and solidarity with the Iranians as well too. Now we're starting to see let the weak say I'm strong as they're rising up against their adversaries. And that's what we're seeing. You know, that's what we're seeing from the Hezbollah IDF situation. You know? So it's only going to continue to intensify. And this is another news article. Especially this makes perfect sense because within the last month and a half, you've seen that close encounter between China and Russia, and Canada and the United States intercepted Russia and China for entering the space over there in Alaska. That comes within the last month of that situation. And this is a news article, September the 21st, 2024, and it reads, U.S. move extra troops to Alaska. The Political reports Washington has sent additional forces to the region, amiding the uptick in Russia and China activities. Outlet says the U.S. is reinforces military presence in Alaska due to the increasing Russia and China activities off the coast. Politico reported on Friday. The outlet noted that over the past month, the U.S. has redeployed a number of assets, including the destroyer of the USS Steerate, if I pronounced that right. Any additional forces are now stationed in one of the state's remote islands that fighters and other aircraft have put on heightened alert. Business Insider reported that last week that the deployment, including the elements of the 11th Airborne Division, supported by HIMARS missile systems and counter fire radars to keep an eye on the Sino Russian Navy exercise. Senator Dan Silverman, Republican of Alaska, sounded the alarm over the uptick in Russia and Chinese military activities. The number of assets have gone up. Its air, surface, and the subsurface that the Russian are importing, but they are doing it most in a joint capacity, which China they ever done. It says they were clearly excellent story. He said. Meanwhile, Senator Armed Forces Committee Chairman Jake Reed, Democratic of Rhode Island, suggested that Russia's military activity comes as a response to Washington's support of Kavaz in this conflict with Moscow. I think they are going to probably almost try to send a message to their own country, he said. On September 15th, the Russian Defense Ministry said that two of its Tu-95 strategic bombs flew over the Truxtla Sea, if I pronounced that right, couldn't pronounce it correctly. It says in a neutral airspace not so far from the Alaska to practice carry out airstrikes and with air launched cruise missiles on key facilities on a simulated enemy while being exhorted by several fighter jets. In July, officials Moscow announced Russia and China bombers were on a joint patrol mission in the same area. He stated that planes complied with all international aviation regulations while being shadowed by fighter jets from unnamed foreign countries. It says on Friday, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov vowed that Moscow will protect its interests in the Arctic, saying that NATO appears to be eyeing an expansion in the region. Bring out that Revelations 11, verse 14, then I'm closing out. And this is Revelations 11, verse 14. This is Revelations 11, verse 14. The second woe passed. Behold, third woe coming quick. Right. Second woe distress came to pass. Now, third woe distress coming quickly. Armageddon, Armageddon one. So we definitely gonna continue to see the Russia-Ukraine situation heat up. We're gonna see Russia versus NATO heat up. Russia versus the United States, as we see in the alliance are building up between China and Russia versus the United States and its Western allies. That's only going to continue to heat up. So what's taking place throughout the whole region over there in the Middle East of Western Asia, especially the most primarily one, Iran versus Israelis of the IDF, Hezbollah, which is a pro-Iranian group, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps throughout that whole region going against the Israel Defense Force. So that's only going to intensify. Revelations 11 verse 14, the second will pass, behold, third will coming quickly. Right, Armageddon, Armageddon, that's heating up over there about Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shabbat. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying of prophecy updates as of September the 22nd, 2024, on this Sunday afternoon. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Karkadash, and the Heavenly Father, true names of Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Mashiach Kabashai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Last Wakadash whole tongue. And I say Barak Atham to the elders, Ba'akim Akwaf. Till next time, I will say Shalom.